Oh, and we're back.
We are back.
I'm very front heavy though.
Episode number 80.
And this is why we're roasting each other today. But that's going to be coming down the line in a little bit.
It is.
Today, we're going to have a little bit of a loose day, a little bit of a fun day. We are going to be making fun of each other ruthlessly via your submissions.
Yes.
Which, by the way, thank you so much for them. They were excellent. to
yeah, they
read.
were
Great
actually
job.
a lot of them were really, really great.
Yeah, and there's some that I feel as if these two haven't read yet that we're going to put out into the world for them to see, catch
Yeah.
their reaction and for the first time. But before we get there,
Where do we start?
Zaid and I were on a little bit of a tangent here in the stew earlier. Here, if you just want to look at the screen. It's a very nice... Describe the picture for us a little bit, Saeed. What's going on here?
So it looks like looks like a cabin or a home that's more than 2 levels. It has a balcony and it's in a mountainous side with trees and heavy fog. It looks like it's about to rain.
It's very beautiful.
Like Carmel Valley, Big Sur kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, watch what happens when I press play.
What the hell?
Annihilation.
There was that one.
Did a
and
tree
then-
just fall?
No. Here, did you see what happened? Let me go back.
I mean, I saw the lightning strike.
Yeah, the lightning struck the tree, but this tree looked like it just went into a fireball. Just like a bomb went off in the
See all the-
center of it. But here, let me go to this.
The will of Edison right there, dude.
Let me go to this.
The
second
will
one.
of Edison.
Hold up.
Oh my god.
I probably won't catch shit.
yeah.
And then he catches probably the gnarliest video you
This-
could
the-
get.
You know what's funny is that I was actually watching a video like this like 2 mornings ago, but it was this kid and he was like, "It's not gonna happen to me. There's no way." And then he puts up a broom in the air, and then he's like, "Zeus, I know you don't have the bop," and it just gets
Jesus.
annihilated. Dude.
So he died.
I don't know, but like
Good
the
Lord.
camera shut off. So
Wait, hold up. Okay, sorry. Speaking of lightning strikes, it
Yeah.
reminded me of this dude in history. He's the Guinness World Record holder for most lightning strikes survived by one person, at least on record.
what the heck? Okay.
Yeah, right? So, it all started, his name's Roy Sullivan. This dude dedicated the majority of his life to working with the U.S. Forest Services and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, since he was part of that team and he was scouting and surveying the areas that he worked within quite frequently, they were prone to lightning strikes. And that's how he got to be in the position where he would be able to be this person, right? To get
Uh-huh.
hit by lightning
Mm-hmm.
7 times. So it's important to mention that a single lightning strike has over 100 million volts in it, which top out usually around 20,000 amps. And if I'm not mistaken, you don't need that many amps to kill you. Like, it's under 100. This dude took it 7 times. And if you'd like me to explain his injuries to you,
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
was
ridiculous.
It was nothing, or was it crazy?
oh, some of them are pretty gnarly.
Okay.
So in 1942, I'm gonna list off dates, just 42, 69, 70, stuff like that, just
Okay.
the years, and then I'm gonna tell you what the injury is afterwards. 42 lost his big toenail. 69 lost his eyebrows. 1970 his left shoulder got seared. 72 his hair was set on fire.
Oh my god.
73 his new hair got refired and his legs got seared. In 76 his ankle was injured, which I assume it was blown out because it's probably where the lightning
Yeah.
shot out
oh
of
my
it.
God.
77 he got chest and stomach burns. And then tragically, after 7 of these strikes, what do you think it was that took him down? It's really sad.
Wait,
I don't
hold
know
on,
why
hold on,
you're
hold on.
laughing.
He-
Like,
he
It's
got hit
kind
by-
of funny though.
He got hit by a car.
no, didn't
What?
get hit by a car.
He just collapsed and died.
He got rejected by a great love and succumbed to his own hand.
Yeah. Oh,
It's tragic.
that is tragic.
Literally, the world's most electric man
That's he's
was put down because of love
I'm just
wow.
amazed that
or his attachment.
He's
to you.
literally electro. Where did he live? Because
That's an
it's
excellent
just
question.
you don't just walk around town just getting struck. 7 times in your life.
Apparently, if you're this dude, you do. Just wake up in the morning,
Oh,
cup
Virginia.
of coffee.
Virginia. So
Okay, that could make sense.
So guys, don't challenge the sky when you're in Virginia.
Green. Be
We have
very
a
careful
perfect
in
example.
Greene County, Virginia. If you're cursing God or Zeus, that is not the time. If you're in Greene County, Virginia,
Yeah.
he's very they're very active in those regions. God and
That's
Zeus
actually
just-
amazing. I'm amazed how minor the injuries were.
Right?
Yeah. Like, but the toenail one was kind of funny.
Well, I mean,
Like I'd
we-
expect maybe your skull to, split in half or
Well,
something
we were
like that.
watching videos of this lightning strikes earlier, right? And we were watching trees grenade, like just straight down the middle, just explode, like it was
Dang.
filled with TNT. So when you watch videos like that, and then you think of somebody getting hit, you're like, how do they just not evaporate
Yeah.
into a mist or like just get,
Yeah,
I guess, reduced to dust, like or something like that?
you're right. Or
Explode.
split in half or something.
Dude, the scariest
wonder-
thing is when you're in a fucking plane. There were a couple videos where, it kept hitting the plane, and I'm like, nah, I'm not about that life.
Wow.
I know somebody with a story who was in a plane who got hit by the lightning, or that got hit by lightning.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not a fun experience.
I'll
at
share.
all.
No.
I had a story as well, not as cool. I'll keep it brief. I was in a plane flying out of Texas, I believe, and there was a lightning storm going on.
Mhm.
It started off like probably a quarter of a mile away from the plane, so you could see the bolts like shooting down just straight out of the sky from what looked like nowhere. Just
Oof, yeah.
But over time, like it all of a sudden just ramped up, like right next to the plane, and so
Mm.
I'm seeing lightning bolts shoot over the wings, just like
No.
Whoa. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Not for me. Not for me.
yeah, no, thank you.
Never fly Spirit.
But
Go ahead.
here's a scarier story. This person was on a flight. It was probably around, if I had to guess, like mid 80s, early 90s, something like that. Taking off, they're already at cruising altitude. They've been there for a little while. And all of a sudden, there's just a huge bang. Enormous. This person reported it to me as if a bomb went off in the plane. That's what they thought happened. And immediately, all the lights went out. Pitch black. A bomb sounding like noise or explosion noise happening right next to you. He said, aside from the ringing in your ears, the only thing you could hear was everybody go, and
Oh.
right in that moment, the plane dropped 2,000 to 3,000 feet vertically
Oh.
because the engine's cut out
Yeah.
and
Christopher Nolan movie.
coasting, you don't have that many molecules to kind of glide on and coast at that altitude. It's pretty thin up there. So you're just like, and we're going down.
Yeah, we're going down.
So imagine 2,000 to 3,000 feet free fall. I guess I don't know if they reach terminal velocity in a plane like that, but who cares?
Yeah, it's terrifying regardless.
So then the lights flash on,
Mhm.
and once the lights come on, everybody starts screaming, everyone starts crying, everybody's
It's
freaking
just-
out. And then the captain comes on overhead and he was like, I've been flying for like 25 years over X amount of thousands of flights, and that's never happened once. This is the first flight. Like,
Fuck this, I'm done.
literally.
God,
I'm
dude.
retiring.
Yeah. Here, there's another thing that I actually saw that kind of relates to this. Coincidence? I don't know. You can call it whatever you want. But there was this baby in the 40s. He fell out of a balcony and landed on a dude, and they both survived. 7 years later, that same baby fell out of the same balcony, fell on the same
Are you
dude.
shitting me?
I swear to God, he fell out on the same.
Were they from
dude.
the same neighborhood?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes the
But-
statistics
but
are more in favor,
the
but it's still
seconds
insane.
by timing.
Yeah, it's
Like,
still insane.
like think of how much time you have in a day.
yeah. 1 second off, it's
yeah,
not happening.
Exactly.
Dude, speaking of coincidence, this is something we need to mention to the listeners last
Oh,
episode.
Okay.
Remember how you brought up that Ford Model T?
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
After we
Oh
finished,
my God.
after we
I like how we
finished
all
the-
remembered that.
Dude, after we finish the episode, we walk out. We're going to our cars to leave to go home. And I turn to my right. I look at the road and I see a pristine Ford Model T. And you can take it from there.
So, I was watching a video by a guy named, well, I don't know his actual name. I just know him by his YouTube channel, which is called Regular Car Reviews. And I probably mentioned him in the last episode. He has like a dirty, kind of raunchy sense of humor when it comes to cars, but he was an English major in college, I believe, and was actually a teacher. So he's highly literate, is very well read, has exquisite reviews of cars just in terms of the word choice, the
Mhm.
diction, the tone. But then he throws in like middle school grade humor, which like
Mhm.
it's something I enjoy because one, he reviews regular cars. So it's like he's reviewed every iteration of the Corolla, like every
Oh my
iteration
God.
of the Civic, like
Yeah, you don't
you
see
know.
that a lot. You see BMW packages and stuff being reviewed.
And
That's
what's
cool.
really funny to me is like he reviews cars that were regular at a time, but now are incredibly rare because nobody ever wanted them back in the day because they were considered like shit boxes, but people kept them running just because of their love of it for whatever reason. He's a cool channel. But my point is, he was doing a review on an original Model T, I believe from 1928, something like that. And it was blue, like the body was blue, the undercarriage was painted black, and according to his video, it was all the traditional parts that they had in them. They weren't all stock, because some of the original parts were made out of cotton.
Mhm.
Oh my
And the
God, yeah.
transmission, the drivetrain.
That's
good.
crazy to think about.
So he swapped them out to like carbon fiber or whatever it is, so they'd last longer. And I'm talking about on the podcast. Bring it up. Blue Model T body, black underside, a traditional gearbox, so it's super slow, right?
Mhm.
And we step outside of the stew. And we're talking for like 2 minutes or something. And all of a sudden, something blue catches my eye coming down the street.
Was it the exact shade of blue?
the same exact shade of
And
blue?
that's actually
the same
so
black,
funny.
the same black underside with the wheels. Everything was painted black. It had to have been an original transmission because it was so damn slow. Also, those people, they didn't modify it so that there would be like seat belts or anything. So it's just the traditional, literally like a sofa seat
Yeah.
with a wheel that you steer like this in front of you.
My God.
And keep in
The-
mind,
the-
we're in a city that it's not particularly known for like
Yeah.
those kinds of cars. Maybe in Newport Beach or Irvine, you'll see that every so often, but
Mhm.
here it's just
It's just
extremely
so
rare.
random. Yeah. And no, the timing.
Bro, the timing, like
That's what caught us. We were like, is that a Model T?
well, okay, it gets into it. Like, how do we explain synchronicities?
Well, also, we should mention that episode was not recorded in California. It was recorded in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. But like, how do you explain synchronicities? How do you make sense of it?
How do you explain anything happens? It did. It's
I mean, yeah.
sporadic. It's spontaneous. you know?
Also, last week I had like this 1 minute period where I was experiencing heavy deja vu. And it was just like to the absolute T. And then when I started to notice that it was deja vu, immediately gone. Just like, I don't know. Some things are hard to explain, dude.
It's our brain, dude.
deja vu is a weird one
Yeah, it is. It's a very weird one.
because there's sometimes where it's like you have a sensation of deja vu so great where it feels like you can map out a conversation as it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean like you're just reading the vibe. You're like, oh, we're going to have a pleasant time. It's like, no, you know exactly what's going to be said 20 seconds from now. And it's not even your
Well,
words.
actually,
like,
that sounds like Final Destination to me. That's past deja vu.
is it?
Sounds like
I mean,
bad lady luck right there.
that's crazy, dude.
Or you are a clairvoyant. So
Anyways,
Yeah.
well, let's forget about that then. Let's move on. Sometimes you're just like, oh, this feels really familiar.
yeah, that got too real, didn't it?
I didn't know. I was okay. Never mind. Anyway,
that was like
never mind.
Final Destination, dude.
that's not Final Destination.
I mean, you're reading the future at that point.
But that's not what Final Destination is.
Final Destination is basically you're gonna die today, but you can foresee the death happening, and you can stop it, but no one will listen to you. But
I thought it was just like something bad was gonna happen to you because it was like, you know what it felt like? It felt like Death Note murders, just like
Ooh.
happening
Death
without.
Note murder.
Well, do you know about the Death Note, like the anime?
It's trippy.
So basically, anybody who doesn't know about the Death Note, it's just like a notebook that you write the name of a person, the time they're supposed to die, and how they die, and they will die that way. And so, like, Final Destination kind of just feels like somebody's writing all that shit.
yeah,
Probably the screenwriters, but
Yes.
they're the real Death Note,
who said it was fake?
right?
Yeah.
Speaking of fake, you guys definitely.
Oh my god,
Put
it's
on-
that time.
This
You
is
guys
so
put on a
fucking
minor
ridiculous.
facade because we got some seriously good roasts here,
Yeah.
which I am absolutely excited about. Elated, some would say. We're finally here for the big topic of the day. So, for roasts, we asked you, the viewers, to submit minorly or majorly insulting things about us that reveal a kernel of truth and are also really funny at the same time. The more clever, the better. However, I feel as if it would be a great idea to start with probably some of the more brutal ones.
And we're gonna keep it anonymous.
Yeah, we will not be saying the names of the people who posted the comments unless for future episodes you say that we should post it. We
Yeah.
don't feel as if we should because, you know, if you keep things anonymous, people are going to say the truth more, say something funny, or say something they mean. So
Exactly.
let's start with this one. And I don't believe you got this from your account when you asked
Yeah, I
for 'em?
posted this on my personal account.
Okay, so this was from Zaid's personal account. The question was, or rather the roast is, what the hell does acting like a stuck-up prick do for you? Question mark.
You know, he brings up a valid point because I believe a lot of people, especially on Twitter, think that I'm a stuck-up prick. Just because I guess I speak in, at least the
Yeah.
way I tweet in black and white.
You tweet very aggressively.
Yes, it's
Mhm.
always black and white because that usually gets the most engagement.
For the king of nuance to tweet in only black and white, I would imagine gray would be your color, but
My logic is the original tweet's black and white, and then the comment section is for gray. It's for the smaller discussions.
have you
on
announced that to your
subtopics.
audience, or is that just something that
No,
you
it's an
hope follows through?
No, it's an
No, you
obvious
can see
strategy
it.
that most creators
If you
use.
follow someone, you can generally see like their vibe. Like you know where they respond well
Mhm.
and whatnot. And
Yeah.
Zaid responds to you.
I mean, hey, sometimes I thought I was a stuck-up prick.
Yeah,
so
as long as you
have
ask
a point.
questions and not have thoughts, then you're chilling. You know.
You do have a point.
All right, so Zaid's a stuck-up prick. That's what we learned from that one. And Saeed, we got one for you.
Nice.
Saeed, you can't say a joke properly, but you sure walk around looking like one.
What do you have to say to that?
There's some.
I don't really have to say anything.
Just leave it as it
Hey,
lies.
like, I
I'm,
ain't
I'm
no
perceived
joke.
differently for everyone. So
Very true.
I guess I'm a joke.
Yeah,
Very
a little
true.
bit, just a smidge.
And for Logan, we have one for you, okay?
You can go ahead, read it.
Logan,
Roast the shit out of me, Zaid.
you just might be the reason the middle finger was invented. Now, why do you think this comment? We agreed before the episode that there's a kernel of truth to every roast.
Yeah, we did. We
So
did.
why do you think that's true?
Oh, maybe we should discuss the kernel of truth in each roast as well.
Okay.
So why am I the middle finger? Why am I the reason the middle finger was invented? Because I have two middle names aside from my real one, and those being, Devil's Advocate.
Mm.
I like to hear out both sides. I like to believe I'm a centrist in that regard because both sides have information that's equally valid or invalid, and taking all considerations into play is how you're going to get the best results of any conversation, any, I guess, government plan, any business move, any whatever,
Mhm.
taking in all the information you can, whether it's the worst perspectives possible. Sometimes it's very important, and I imagine that's why I'm the reason the middle finger was invented.
Most of the time, it's very important. Yeah, I agree.
Zaid, the only notifications you receive on your phone are the reminders to meditate. Which,
I mean, maybe in the morning.
frighteningly accurate.
Maybe in the morning.
That's funny as hell.
I want to say your name so bad. Oh my god. You know what? You know who you are. Whoever
Yeah.
left this, that was a solid
Pat yourself
one.
on the back.
Yeah, you did
Keep going.
good. Good job. All right, so Saeed is the epitome of Hot Topic and Barbie having a baby.
Now, why
Hey, those are some
why was
sweet
Barbie
babies.
included? Is it because you're beautiful?
Yes. Look at this man.
You're beautiful.
like a-
It's true.
He looks like he should be sold in Targets nationwide.
Just like this.
We're gonna trademark you.
Very nice.
Very
He
nice.
comes with his attachment camera and also
Yeah.
his
His
attachment
my attachment
cup of
camera.
coffee.
My
It's like-
God. That was a good one.
Oh, this one
Oh
was
my
one of my favorites. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Who's who?
Ooh.
All right, let's break it down. Who's who? I'm taking the ugly.
I'm the bad.
Come on, do you really classify me as the good?
No, you're the bad. I'd say you're the good. I'm definitely the ugly
No.
here.
I
You just want to
No,
be a
I'm
bad
talking
boy.
You want to be the bad
no,
boy.
no, he's the good guy.
How am I the good guy?
Because you portray yourself as
I
the
willingly
person that's
fat shame people.
Yeah, I know. On the outside, you want to portray yourself as bad, but I know deep down inside you're good.
No, you're the good guy here.
No, but I'm good on both.
I'm just good, bro. Like,
I'm
I'm just
good, bro.
chilling. I'm just vibing.
I'm good, bad, and ugly.
I think this one's my favorite.
Why
like
would you
how I
choose
said-
ugly?
I also
Well,
like
what,
how
you have
I
no other-
chose the ugly, and you guys were like, "Yeah, well, we're good with that. Okay. We'll roll with that."
The next one's my favorite for sure.
Yeah.
You can read that one, Saeed.
Wait, which one?
This one.
That one? Ed and Eddie looking ass boys.
Okay, no, I don't remember the personalities of Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah.
But what were each of their personalities like?
So Ed with 1D was he was the idiot on the show.
Okay,
Well,
who's that?
okay,
Who's
hold
that?
on.
No, Ed was like he was the one who had the green jacket on and he could like was strong as hell and was really really dumb.
Yeah, like a buzz cut.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ed with 2Ds was the really really smart
With a
one.
beanie.
Yeah, he had the beanie and the red shirt. And then Eddie was like the slick back kind of
He's like the Shaggy of
exactly.
Ed and Eddie.
So I don't think we can apply each of those to us.
Yeah.
No.
No. Yeah.
If
Good
I had to-
attempt.
if I had to guess though,
Good.
Zayd is Ed with 1D. I'm Ed with 2Ds,
That's-
and you're Eddie.
I guess. Eddie. What's going on? All right. That was a good attempt.
That was solid.
All right.
So
What's
next
next?
No, these aren't. That was one of my favorites.
Motherfuckers, dude.
Which one?
It's his. Let me read it. Let me read it.
Okay.
Don't be ashamed of who you are, Logan. That's your parents' job.
These are good, dude.
You know who you are who wrote that. That was 10 out of 10. That was one of my
Yeah, you
favorites.
spammed us.
Oh, I want to read this one. This one's funny, dude. I think this one is like one of the best right here.
Which one? This one or
Yeah.
this one? Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. This one's one of the most clever.
So, guys, light travels faster than sound, which is why Zayd looked bright until he spoke. I'm sorry, dude.
Zayd is
Like,
not amused.
yeah.
He's like,
I love it because he put thought into this.
Yeah, that's good,
like
dude.
he sat there for 20 minutes and tried to think of a good one,
yeah.
or he's just that good with.
Hey, you know
With
what?
roast.
If you hate us that much, you must really be a fan.
That's true.
If you
Must
took
really be
that
a
much
fan.
time,
Hey, you got to
to
remember
roast-
that we're getting roasted by our listeners.
That's true.
Very
So-
true.
There you go. Enough said.
And for
Boom,
Saeed-
roasted.
Now I have a beef with this one.
You
Beef
can
with
go
this
ahead
one.
and say it.
Wait, where was it?
It was I went to a different page.
Saeed is more disappointing than a pizza with pineapple on it.
Now I disagree because pineapple.
I wholly disagree.
Yeah.
pineapple on pizza is
That's
bombs.
the best combo out there.
Especially when you put in some peppers, dude.
You
and some
realize we're going to
jalapenos.
listen viewers by
Mm.
saying this, right? We're going to lose listeners by saying this.
Anyway.
Kiss my ass. It's good.
Oh my.
It's good.
Yeah.
No, pineapple on pizza makes sense just as a food because or just as like a combination. Because if I'm not mistaken, pineapple on pizza, the enzymes within the pineapple helps break down the lactose within the cheese.
Yeah.
I
So,
think that's
Makes
only
it easier
meat.
to eat.
Isn't that only meat?
You mean the enzymes in meat break down the enzymes in?
No, pineapple breaks down the enzymes in meat. I don't know if it's for. Anyways, I don't know if it's for lactose.
I thought pineapple, I thought the acidity of it helps you digest cheese.
Regardless, it's bomb.
Yeah, it's really good. Give that
And you
shit
get an intake of pineapple. So there you go.
give that shit a try. Friggin'
pineapple.
pineapple,
the
pepperoni, sausage,
pineapple.
mushroom. you can't
What's
go wrong.
next? Oh my god! Oh my god!
I knew this word was gonna
this
find.
one's good. This one is good.
I knew this
Oh
word was
my
gonna find
God.
its way in this.
Oh, I love this one.
Every time.
I'm gonna say this.
you
one.
want to say it? Say it.
Yeah,
Do it. Go
Zayd.
for it.
Every time you philosophize something, Socrates turns over in his grave.
What are you doing, boy?
I have nothing to say.
Dude.
My intellect.
Okay, can I
is-
just say this? The past 4 roasts you guys heard was by the same person. This person is really
Oh, and
good.
the rest of them you're about to hear, they're by the same listener.
He sent they sent over like 17.
Oh my god, this.
Oh
dude,
my
this
god,
last
I need to
one.
read the last one. For
We
sure.
need to let's finish on these 3.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually no, I don't like that one for you, Saeed. That was a bad one.
That was a terrible.
Are there any other good ones for you, Saeed?
I don't know.
I think
No.
everybody just wants to get at me.
Yeah, everybody hates you and I, Zaid. That's
Let's
Saeed,
go,
Saeed, you're
baby.
the fan favorite.
You know you're on the right path when you have haters.
Zayd is the personification of Ty Lopez without the Lambo. Without the
That was a good one, dude.
Dude,
Fucking good one.
honestly, give yourself a high five, pat yourself in the back, get
Hey,
yourself.
wait.
knowledge.
Let's do a round of applause.
Thank you guys so much for your submissions.
Bravo.
They were honestly pretty good.
Bravo.
We will have a round 2 someday, but
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
Definitely once we hit the triple digits. we're
exactly.
gonna get
Keep
one in.
watching, and you guys might just get even
Can
more
you
familiar.
imagine a roast session with 150,000 followers on
Oh, that'd
Instagram?
be great. I'd love it.
They would be ruthless.
Because, dude, once you
Oof.
reach that point, I feel like they'd just be picking apart the content.
Oh.
Like, so they would have their own inside jokes, and it's like, I can't wait for the pod community, like for the 2 a.m. community, to reach the point where we have inside jokes and we can start making like merch about it
Yeah,
and wear it out.
yeah.
It's gonna be
we
so
already
sick.
have plenty.
That's what
We
Bert
do.
Kreischer does best.
And Tom Segura.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
Remember
they nail
when he broke
merch.
his arm and shoulder? And then immediately, dude, in 3 minutes, they had a shirt.
It's amazing.
I was like, what?
No, the day they so Tom Segura is a comedian and he played a round of pickup basketball with Bert Kreischer and I think a professional player, if I remember correctly. And so Tom goes up for a layup and his shoe slips and he lands on his back and his arm is like
Oh,
on
man.
his back.
Oof.
And when he lands, you can hear it break and it flops over. Like you can see where the break happened.
And he
like,
grunts like, oh.
And then his knee buckles
Yeah.
somehow, and he just blows out his knee.
That was.
But yeah, they started making shirts about him lying on the ground with his arm broken. That and him dunking
Yeah.
like Air Jordan, the arms backwards. The knees like bent forward.
That's good. That's good material right there.
Oh, I can't wait till we could do stuff like that. That's gonna be so much fun.
Dang, dude.
Oh man.
I feel like my
Dude,
the
that was.
past,
Go ahead.
the
Sorry.
past 2 weeks have just been so just.
Hectic.
I can see the horizon. It's just not ending, dude. I've had a hectic 2 weeks.
It's like sailing to Antarctica.
Yeah.
Because I think it takes 3 weeks to get there by boat or something like that.
Oof.
So imagine after 2 weeks, there's still nothing but horizon. You're still
Dude,
on your
I'm glad you actually brought up Antarctica. You know why?
why?
Does this
To
have do
me,
with
I
what
think it's one of the most interesting places in the world, especially how you get there, how expensive it is to be there.
There's some conspiracies about it too.
Really?
Yeah.
There are.
How many?
Apparently, people believe that world governments are keeping normal civilians away
Oh
from
my God.
Antarctica because there are ancient and intelligent civilizations that live within the Earth because the Earth is hollow, so on and so forth.
Sounds like another conspiracy theory.
Dude, it's peak tism. It's peak conspiracy-tism. It's so dumb.
I want to believe it though. Like I almost
All
want
I-
to believe it. That it would make my life interesting. Like,
Like-
if I had to pursue.
Here's the thing with
It's just
to prove Hollow
Yeah.
Earth.
it's real.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing with Hollow Earther believers.
Okay.
Do you understand anything about how physics works? Like anything?
Anything?
Anything.
We wouldn't have a planet.
I mean, according to them, no.
You can't have a planet
Yeah.
constructed like the friggin' Ultra Boost 4Ds. Like, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
It's going to collapse with that much weight.
Yeah.
And also-
Ultra Boost 40s.
My God. I love that our slogan is common sense.
Bro, it's just so stupid.
just-
You know, I scroll through Twitter and then I see this dumb shit, and I'm like, what do I do with this information?
But is it dumb though?
it's
Yes.
absolutely dumb because you can point out so many.
But at the very least, I wouldn't immediately jump to dumb. Just think of it as entertaining.
Here's the thing. Here's the
Well,
thing.
something can be entertaining because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
One of their
But-
points. One of their points is that air travel is restricted and not allowed over Antarctica. That's,
That's not entirely-
false.
That's not true.
because there
yeah.
are a few flights that go over it. At the same time, it's some of the most dangerous territory to fly over,
Mhm.
which is why most airlines do not go over it.
And there's no point. Isn't it so down south?
Yeah, there's really no flight path that's absolutely necessary.
Hey, we
to
got a
go over
layover in Antarctica.
Unless there's like some unreal weather conditions. Because if you think about it, there's essentially a huge portion of the Earth that you're flying over
Mhm.
that has little, if no, airports. So if anything goes wrong, you're going down in freezing cold water or on a giant block of ice?
Mm-hmm. Most likely a giant block of ice.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Depends.
And I pointed this out too. How do you explain volcanic eruptions?
How do you explain
Where
it?
is all that magma coming from?
From the Earth?
It's just layered around the surface.
It's the global elites. They're controlling the lava, the pyroclastic
What?
flows across
Yeah.
the. It's
No,
so
dude.
stupid.
China makes it. They make lava.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
They
yeah.
ship it out here,
All
right?
China, bro.
The
It
communist
has
lava.
to pass through Long Beach.
Could you imagine just seeing?
That's under Long Beach.
Could you imagine seeing a giant tanker of just lava, like
Yeah.
going to different?
The CCP is actively creating lava.
So they actually measured Long Beach, and it turns out it wasn't that long. And the reason why it's called Long Beach is because secretly beneath there's a volcanic eruption that's waiting to happen, right? And considering that Earth is flat,
And then that lava gets funneled into
Yeah.
it serves as the building blocks to the
It
ice
goes-
wall at
Just
the end of
can
the
you
earth.
Please, in
the
editing,
aristocratic
the
statue.
editing stage, can you please just put in the Zach Galifianakis meme with all of the numbers going on in the back? Just slight transparency. Just
I am limitless.
This is so dumb.
it's the globalist elites.
But what about Antarctica? Your original point.
It's just fascinating, to be honest. I feel like it's on Earth. It's the closest you'll get to. I wouldn't say Mars vibes. I would just say Mars in general because Mars is just empty, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Antarctica must be that way. It's probably your tour guide, and you, and that's it.
Well, Antarctica is one of the most untouched surfaces on the planet.
Mhm.
I mean, it's so untouched. For example, do you remember that guy? Well, it was actually two dudes that crossed, but one of them ended up on the JRE, the one who went like completely across, if I remember correctly. But he was saying how there was a certain point that once he got past it, I don't think animals could live there, and I think it was like just completely desolate, just snow, right?
Mhm.
And once you reached that point, you weren't allowed to just poop on the side because your poop would freeze over and it would be there forever. So he had to poop into a bag for I think it was like 30 or 40 days
my
and just
God.
carry his poop with him across the frozen tundra of the Antarctic ice.
Yeah, it's like think about it. It's new levels of weather. It's new levels of scenery. It's new levels of everything.
I'm
Can
gonna
you
Google this, but I think wind gusts can get up to over 200 miles an
Yeah.
hour there or something crazy like
Can
that.
you please find a picture of the when the ice is a particular blue?
Yeah.
like
Bro.
that crystal blue.
That is one of my favorite aesthetics.
It's
Yeah,
during the summertime. I think.
199 miles an hour, which I'm sure is as high as the back in the 70s. I'm sure that's as high as their barometer went.
Dumont d'Urville Station.
But sorry, there was that blue ice.
It's just it's so satisfying to look at.
I feel you. Ooh, which one? Like the crystal looking?
Any of them.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's the caves that are, quite frankly, the best.
Bro, like
wow.
it's such a
It's-
special quality
dude,
blue and the
the
texture.
thing is, when you look at Antarctica, even through like I imagine it even in person, it would have to look like a Pixar movie,
Yeah.
like just cinema 4D something. You know, it just does not look real.
A lot of the landscapes like the movie Soul.
Yeah, and that's what brings me to it. It's just like I feel like I want to go there one day.
Bro.
Experience
2 a.m.
it.
expedition to the Antarctic.
Have you ever seen this before?
What?
It's a frozen wave.
Oh my God.
This dude is this Wim Hof? He's just chilling.
No, it's I believe in Antarctica and other certain parts of the world, like very specific parts, the waves or it can get so cold that a crashing wave can freeze in motion as it's
Wow.
going down.
Dang, that's like the steam in Michigan.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks like ice cream in that picture. Just some nice soft serve Antarctica.
Look at this. Isn't that wild? That's a beach right there. That's sand.
Yeah,
That's trippy.
that's crazy.
Yeah, the Antarctic is wild, man. There's some crazy stuff going on up there. Oh, this I think this is what you're talking about, Zaid. In here,
Yeah.
the ice caves.
Mhm.
Yeah. You want to hear something else that's pretty crazy?
Hmm.
Or also, sorry, before we move on, check out these ones. It was so cold here that the waves were freezing over partially. They were in like a very weird slushy state as they were going over. So it was like, you know the Slurpees at like
Mhm.
7-Eleven? Imagine that, but a wave of it crashing.
Dang, dude. I want them. I want to look up later. Like the water levels of like mineral. Like when can you drink it? How filtered does it have to be? That kind of stuff.
I imagine you can just take it out. and drink.
I
don't
mean,
you?
I think it depends.
I don't think so, dude.
Well, I think now the ice is so tainted in a lot of parts of, at least where there's a lot of ice and stuff like that. You have to be very careful with what you're drinking.
Yeah, because I know like rainwater, you're not technically supposed to drink it
No.
raw.
Well, you're not supposed to. I think like after it needs to rain for a day or two, then it should be safe to drink. But
Because usually all
basically-
the shit goes out the first rain.
exactly. That's why you
Yeah.
get the acid rain out of the way first, and
Yeah.
it should be drinkable after that.
Mm-mm.
But you want to hear some crazy shit.
Oh yeah, always.
And this might be where we end today's episode because this is a pretty insane topic, at least to me. Maybe you can tell me I'm wrong. So there's this guy on YouTube. His page is called Jim Browning, just his name.
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, does this guy shut down scammers and try to find them?
You're on the right page.
Yes, yes. Okay, I think I know who this is.
So Jim Browning, aka he's probably like tech support scams or whatever.
Yeah.
I think his name is Jim Browning though on YouTube. Anyways, this man is very well versed in cybersecurity. He has a deep plethora
Mhm.
of knowledge when it comes to hacking, obtaining information, blah blah blah. I'm pretty sure, and it, like as part of his job in the past, he worked with cybersecurity, and that's why he has such a good
Yeah.
aptitude for tracking these people down. But he just did a video recently with another YouTuber named Mark Rober, who primarily does like science and physics types videos, who is also great. You should check him out. Leave a link in the description down below. But he did a video with Mark Rober where they tried to catch scammers.
Yeah.
So I will try to make this as simple as possible because it's fairly complex. So Jim Browning and Mark Rober are working together to find a hacker. Now, Jim Browning finds the hacker, and they're not really hackers, they're scammers, more along the line. They
Mhm.
hack in the process of scamming, but they're usually just a scammer trying to get money.
Yeah.
So these scammers, they usually, go after older or elderly people because they don't know as much about the internet. They don't know who to trust as much. They're more likely to pick up a call and they hear it's from Amazon, their bank, their whoever, to trust it outright, you
Mhm.
know. So they intercept a call that's happening between a woman in, I believe, her 70s and also a scammer. And the scammer claimed to be operating within the United States, right? Because they asked to send mail to this random address, which was not located at a facility for a bank, Amazon, whoever. Just a random address, a random phone number that was not linked to any like professional services. Yet they had a website and a page that looked 100% legit, had reviews on the Better Business Bureau, have a whole bunch of stuff. It's crazy, like the
Yeah.
lengths they go to make this seem legit. So they let the entire process go through, right? They call the woman and they say, "Excuse me, ma'am, my name's Jim. I work with cybersecurity. I just saw you get scammed. How much like money did you put into the mail to send to him?" She said, "I think it was like $10,000 or $15,000.
Oh my God, no!
Big
poor
money.
lady. Yeah.
Big money."
Yeah.
Damn.
And so they're like, "Oh no, that's not good. Like, how recently did you ship it?" It was like, a couple hours ago, or like a day or so, something like
Something
that.
like that. Pretty recent.
Yeah. And so they contact FedEx, Jim Browning, Mark Rober, and they tell FedEx, "Hey, there's going to be a package arriving at X location from this lady in a couple days. We need to make it so that package does not arrive there. It's fraudulent."
Mhm.
And FedEx was like, "Perfect. We'd love to help you out." So they did some research into the address. Turns out it was an Airbnb.
Mm.
So what they did was they sent a package to that Airbnb earlier than expected, like a day or two earlier. The package arrives, person opens it. It's a glitter bomb, and it also shoots out a fart spray, and it has cameras facing all four directions so you can keep track
That is
of
glorious.
who's inside the house and who opened the package, right?
Oh my God.
And also, if police arrive, there's a bunch of unbelievably fine glitter all over the place. You're never going to clean it,
Yeah.
even out of your clothes, right? So this guy opens it. Whole house is covered with glitter. His clothes drenched with glitter. His house smells like farts now. And this guy just posts up in the living room like nothing happened,
Yeah.
right? And so the police got notified because of Jim and Mark. And the cops went over and they're investigating. Turns out this guy just owns an Airbnb. He has no idea what's going on with the scams. He has nothing related to do.
Yeah.
He has nothing to do with any of this, right? And so they asked, hey, do you have anybody arriving on this date for your Airbnb? And he's like, yeah, I do.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Cheeky.
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got.
Oh, it gets better. The plot thickens.
I love this.
And this is all in the video?
This is all in the video, which
Yeah.
we will put a link in the description down below so you can watch it and just, get a better
Yeah.
idea of what was happening. But then after that, right? So now the scammer's coming.
Mhm.
They know that they're going to be on their way. This house has security cameras all over it just for the Airbnb owner. I don't believe it was in the best area if I remember correctly, but so the person arrives at the house, right? They look up at the security camera, realize there's a camera there, then cover their face, then walk out on the front porch just to wait for the package, right? So, FedEx man comes, goes to the house, and nothing's there, right? Doesn't stop at the house, stops at like a neighboring house. And the lady's like, what? And then the FedEx guy moves over to another house. She walks over to the FedEx van, says to the driver, hey, I believe you have a package for me. This is my house. And the guy looked into the back, like pretending, He's like, I don't see anything in here. Like, I don't believe we have a package for it. And she's like, no, I know there's a package for me. Like, go get it, And he's like, I don't have one.
Yeah.
And so she just left, right? A little anticlimactic.
Mhm.
Here's where it gets a little bit better. This is where it gets wild, right?
Spicy.
So, shout out to Jim Browning, starts to do a little bit more investigating. Turns out the gentlemen who were trying to pull off this scam were from India.
Mm.
They weren't even in the United States.
Shocker.
Right?
I'm not surprised, but like, how does it link? That's the thing.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
It turns out they were able to figure out that this person in India, the scammer, was able to get a money mule here in America
Jesus.
to get the funds. And I believe the reason why they kept it at that 10 to 15,000 level, they don't mention this in the video, but this is just my guess. The reason why they keep it there is so that the money mule can hold on to X amount of the dollars, right? Transfer $9,000 immediately over to the Indian account or to the Indian scammer. That way the government isn't necessarily notified. There's no big red flag since it's not over $10,000 being transferred out.
Mm-hmm.
And then possibly that person could transfer whatever's left over into Bitcoin, some other type of cryptocurrency, transfer over whatever little bits left to the scammer and then keep their cut,
Yeah.
right? Or maybe there's no cryptocurrency transfer. They just keep the 5,000 or whatever. And then the scammer gets the 9 or 10.
That's where the story
Yeah,
ends.
that makes sense because I immediately thought of like $10,000 mark. That's usually where it's like
So the crazy thing is
Yellow
these,
flag.
these scammers, they don't even need to be in the country.
The lengths.
And also they found a way, or at least these scammers did, probably to curb the interest of the IRS who's, looking over their shoulder all the time, trying to look for them directly.
That's amazing. I'm glad.
Right.
I'm glad this guy's trying to take these.
And you need to watch some of these Jim Browning videos because they are astounding. He hopped into a scam that was happening once.
Yeah.
Like in real time. He was watching it unfold. He was listening to the conversations. And he saw the scammers install software onto the scammee's computer that they couldn't see because they blacked out their screen for a second. They're like, we're going to restart it. Faked a restart screen. Like, it was a video, literally.
Yeah,
like,
it's
they
literally a
recorded
video.
a startup screen and then played that for them to make it seem legit, right? And then they hung up the call beforehand, right? Their computer's still operating. The scammee has no idea, right? And he sees them install this software, which not only allows full access of the computer to all of its files, it also enables the ability so that the scammee has no idea that the scammer is installing this software. And on top of that, he's allowed to have a virtual control from anywhere on the planet, as long as he has his laptop and an internet connection.
Yeah.
So all this is going down. You watch this woman getting hacked and scammed simultaneously. And then the crazy cool thing is he shows the scammers' computers. He has their screens, their Skype calls, their texts, their
Oh my
emails, like
God.
all load. Jim is
That's-
a badass.
Mr.
dude.
Worldwide.
Jim
dude.
is a
It's
savage.
like the gentleman when Fletcher was the guy that was watching the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But it turns out he's like you're good at your job, except I'm better at it than you. And then it turns out he was
Ghillie
watching
suit.
him the whole time. It's like, how could you be the person of subject, but also watching him at the same time? That makes no
It's
sense.
partly
but-
why any emails that I get or like phone calls that or texts that I don't recognize, just delete.
Yeah.
I don't even deal with it.
No. I just, I pick up, just cuss for like 3 minutes and then hang up.
But I believe, if I remember
3 minutes
correctly,
of cussing.
he stopped the woman in that video from getting scammed. And on top of that, he disbanded the 3 scammers working together, and I'm pretty sure he shut down their business in the process because
Yeah.
he scared them off.
Yeah.
They'd probably just start a new one.
It's safe to say the 2AM podcast approves of Jim Browning.
Yeah.
Jim Browning,
Jim
you-
Browning, if you're listening,
you are the man.
you literally are the man.
We would also like to get you on
I
the
have
podcast.
so many questions for you, which I'm sure you
Mhm.
probably can't answer.
Wait, dude, great minds think alike.
Yes, sir.
And what I mean by you can't answer, it's a matter of security reasons. That's why.
Yeah. But dude, this wasn't the guy I was thinking about, by the way. But there is another guy that is specifically does Indian scam centers.
Really?
Yeah. And he's shut down 2 so far.
Good lord.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. Like he threatens them and like weird stuff. He sets things up for them to be like scared. And they all
Yeah.
they just completely they smash computers, dude. They literally take a hammer and start smashing their computers.
Jesus.
They're not leaving
Does he
anything
have
behind.
security footage from the inside? Like, how does he know they're smashing?
Because when they go into the call center, everything was set up the same, but the desks are broken and the hard drives are gone, and the computers are just smashed.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, scammers are
Yeah.
pussies. Like you don't see a 6'2" jacked, able to
Yeah.
fight off 30 men.
There might be. You never
Scammer.
know.
I mean, listen, maybe 1 or 2.
Maybe
of
that's
them are
what
out
makes
there.
him the best scammer. Is he's so unknown.
Yeah,
He's the
Ooh.
alpha scammer,
Exactly.
which some people make the argument. There's no such thing as the alpha.
There is for the podcast community. It's the 2AM podcast.
Gosh darn right, Zadis.
Gosh darn right.
And you know what? Just because we're trying to be the alphas, the podcast community, good luck with that. Joe Rogan's the alpha in the podcast community. We all know that.
Yeah, come on, dude. You can't be jujitsu. Jujitsu. He is jujitsu. Like that's it.
He is
Yeah.
jujitsu.
But
Yeah.
with that being said,
Would you like me to close it off?
thank you for joining us on episode 80 of the 2AM podcast. You can find us on various outlets and streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor.fm, Castbox,
Google
What?
Pod.
Google Pod. Is that popular? I'm not.
And many
Oh,
more.
We're on everything.
Yeah, we're
So-
on. Just look us up.
Yeah.
Because we're probably there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, that's the 2AM podcast. You can also check us out on YouTube. We got the 2AM clips up and running. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how we're messing things up. Let us know how we're doing things right. Let us know if there's things you want us to discuss. If you disagree, anything, put them in those comments down below. Let us know what's going on. And with that being said,
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Peace.
Peace.